I cannot believe that it comes to a point where news are literally repeated, because today we have the same report we got about a month ago. The literally same report. What's going on, guys? ¿Cómo están? BugaLuis here. Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and welcome back to another daily doses of Barcelona transfer news. And today we are going to be covering three pieces of news which surrounds Nelson Semedo to Manchester City. It looks edging to be closer more than ever. We have to talk about Lionel Messi, which we don't do often in this channel, to be honest. We are so focused on Lautaro and Neymar at this stage that Messi doesn't get the spotlight. The only place where he doesn't get the spotlight. And then lastly, we got a piece of news talking about Alphonso Davies. So the very first piece of news, of course, surrounds that which I just mentioned, that is Nelson Semedo to Manchester City. Today in the morning, Sport came out saying that Nelson Semedo is edging closer to a move to Manchester City, as Barcelona and, well, the Manchester club have agreed a 40 million fee. That is the fee that Barcelona will want to sell Nelson Semedo for, but he said that City would prefer still to offer João Cancelo plus cash. This is something where Barcelona, I think, need to tread very carefully, because we all know that Barcelona need to make up the books for the end of June, meaning that they need to actually sell players. They need to sell players, they need to get income, they need to get money into the club. And one of the main assets, one of the main gold mines is that one of Nelson Semedo. So I beg to question, guys, what would you do in this scenario? Because we got two different options that Barcelona could do to sell Nelson Semedo. The very first one is simply take the 40 million euros. And that is not bad by any means. It will give actually some sort of breathing room for Barcelona and, well, the board to decide what would they do with that sort of money. Would they offer it and add it in a cash plus deal for someone like Lautaro Martinez, or would they just keep it and search for other targets? The other option is, of course, that one of João Cancelo, where I would believe Manchester City could offer around 20 million euros plus the Portuguese right back as well. And then they will make up that 40 million euros that Barcelona are asking. Barcelona then would get someone like João Cancelo in return, and with that sort of money, they could potentially either offer João Cancelo in a swap deal to Inter for Lautaro Martinez, or they could just simply keep the player or sell him. That's the sort of kind of business that I believe Barcelona need to think about. In my opinion, if you are already decided that you do not want to keep João Cancelo, simply sell Nelson Semedo if that's really what you want. You, of course, know my personal opinion on the player, and that is the one where I believe he hasn't had enough chances still at Barcelona. And whenever he's had them, which are few and far between, he has been good. So for me, there is no reason to sell Semedo just yet. But if the board are really that adamant in doing so, I would just want them to make the best decision possible. And the best decision possible is that if you're going to sell Semedo, then just sell him for as much money as you can. That's simply how it goes. That's simply how the transfer market is meant to be played, not by swapping and trading and paying 3 years in advance. No, nothing like that. And before moving on, guys, to the next piece of news, I just want to let you know that we are BugaLuis FC on Instagram as well, and the same on TikTok. And we're actually kind of promoting our videos there and adding more content to it. So be sure, if you want to find more football content, interact with more people, go and follow us there, guys. I know you'll enjoy it. This is something that I'm putting a lot of effort into, and it will be really cool for you guys to check it out as well. The second piece of news is one where I woke up earlier this morning and I was like, I don't really understand it, but after I read it and thought through it a bit, then I get it. And I'm here to communicate it to you guys. And that is that the Lionel Messi release clause, the release clause that our number 10 had, is no longer available. And that release clause is one until the 31st of May of 2020. Messi could have walked out of the club without saying absolutely anything, with no questions to be asked. Remember that? I think you do. So that release clause is very important in a way, because it could have shaped the future of Barcelona if Messi really wanted to go. Imagine if we suffered another humiliation like this one. We do not know whether Messi would actually like to stay in that sort of situation, especially because he 100% knows the club is not being run well. So from that standpoint, Messi had all kind of capabilities to leave the club if he really wanted, but he hasn't. And that is something that we have to praise. He's a one-man club, a one-man team, and he's literally the face of football, literally the face of Barcelona. So he knows that his home is here. Now what the club has to do is try and reinforce that contract, try to even make an extension or try to renew him into a different set of rules altogether. Because I think that Messi still has at least 4 years in him. We would see him until he's 36, or yeah, around 36, I think is when he would probably think about retiring or leaving Barcelona. So we need to find an extra kind of clause to add to his contract, renew him, extend him, doing something like that to ensure that the number 10 is here in our club. But I want to take this point further and actually talk about how contracts at Barcelona are not being the best thing run currently. We're offering that much money to players that don't deserve it, or when you put them into the plans, into the perspective, they just simply consume so much of our money. Examples like this are Ivan Rakitic, and that is why we're having such trouble to selling him and selling players altogether, because we're putting them over these huge contract wage bills that then Barcelona cannot even pay. You understand? It's basically like we're doing a career mode tactic where you offer as much money as you can, but in career mode you don't have to think about it because you don't have real money, you don't have tactile money. Here in the real life you do. So that's where Barcelona are really struggling, because they get UMTT for I don't know how many 12 million a year, and then they cannot pay it later down the road. What's the point? What's the point of offering a contract to a worker for you, an employer basically, an employee, and then not able to pay it? Rakitic is exactly like that, because around 29, when he was 28, 29, we offered him another extension, and then a 4-year extension, so until 2023, 22. And that's the thing. Why would we keep Rakitic that long? You need to start thinking about giving the contracts what we actually need to do. This is something that for us, for instance, is something that is completely old. You take a look at other clubs like Manchester City, especially in the Premier League, Man United, Arsenal, all of them, they constantly have problems in trying to renew their players, and they have a debate whether they actually want to keep him or sell it on a free. That is something that Barcelona should really think about, because, for instance, at this turn of events, if we have Rakitic gaining us, I don't know, around 40 million a year, right? And then he's already around 31, 30? Just let him go on a free. I think that will be a debate that you kind of have to wager. Barcelona is so scared of letting players go on a free or putting them to such high wages that they never even get the chance to get money back, because the wages often match the value that they will be selling the player for. So it's just like a double loss. And that is something that Barcelona needs to stop doing. And well, moving on to the next piece of news, we have one about Alphonso Davies, and it's come to the knowledge of Mundo Deportivo that back in 2017, Barcelona had the opportunity to sign someone of the quality of Alphonso Davies, and they rejected him actually for Barcelona B. They didn't find him attractive enough to sign for the club, and then that's where we go. I want to add to this section, kind of talk a little bit about La Masia later down the road, but let's talk about Alphonso Davies first. The thing with Alphonso Davies now is that he was a winger, a natural winger, an out-and-out winger for the Vancouver Whitecaps, and then he moved onwards to Bayern Munich, and now he kind of transformed into that left back. And that is something that you see a transformation for many players. You know, Nelson Semedo was a right winger, the same with Jordi Alba. And the thing is that players naturally in those positions that have such good pace have that tendency to become fullback simply because of that, because they can use that pace to drive the ball forward, because most of the times you have the winger dragging the opposition, you know, dragging the defender, and then the other player with the pace have that opportunity to exploit that flank. I give you an example. For instance, not the best games, but one very interesting game of Ousmane Dembélé, it was back a year ago where he played as a right wing back, and he did very good because of that pace that he has. And in the same sense with Alphonso Davies, he's just become now a natural left back for Bayern Munich and one of the best in the games. I've seen other people actually here on this channel talk about the opportunity of getting someone like Alphonso Davies. Well, the opportunity was there, but we missed it. That is the sort of thing that the scouting of Barcelona need to actually think a little bit more about, because we perhaps already have players like that in La Masia, but they don't really notice those kind of gems in there. And I would say that Alphonso Davies, to any club that he goes to, he will be an absolute wonders kid. He will be an absolute star. I really do see this player taking up because he has the right mentality, the right professionalism, the right traits, and it's just simply pacey. And he's becoming a more natural kind of star as he grows because of things that he does in social media, all of that, it adds to it. And if you're asking, could Barcelona sign this player potentially? There is no way. There's literally no way I would believe that Barcelona can get Davies out of the hands of Bayern Munich. I think he's set for Bayern Munich for a long time to come, and I just don't see it. I didn't see it. Like literally, we wasted an opportunity in 2017. I just told you, and now that player has gone. So we have to look into other kind of fullbacks out there in the market. But that tells you something, guys. That tells you that the BS that Barcelona said that 30-year-old players cannot adapt. So that's gonna be everything for today, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed. You should let me in the comment box down below what do you think of the 3 pieces of news, and of course Follow us on our social media, BugaLuis FC, on Instagram, BugaLuis FC, on TikTok, we're BugaLuis FC, basically everywhere. So go there, check us out, and interact with us, guys, because I love your comments and all of that. I'm gonna literally, after this video, take the time to answer all of the comments in the previous 2 days. So yeah, get excited. See you in the next one. Take care. Ciao.